Hi everyone, today we are going to look at solving problems involving simultaneous equations. But before that, let us look at a simple example. Let's say we have a father and a son. The father's age is 4 times of the son's age. And if the son's age is 10 years old, the father's age will be 40 years old. This is a simple example involving only one equation. Now let's look at this example. We have two sentences. 3 pens and 5 notebooks cost $31. 10 pens and 2 notebooks cost $30. Now we do not know what is the price of a pen, and we also do not know what is the price of a notebook. So we can assign two variables, x and y. X represents the cost of one pen and y represents the cost of one notebook. From here we can form two equations. 3x plus 5y equals to 31 and 10x plus 2y equals to 30. We use elimination method to solve these simultaneous equations because it's easier. The first step is to convert the coefficient to be the same. In this example, we use y. To convert the coefficient to be the same, we just cross multiply the number. So the whole equation 1 is multiplied by 2 and the whole equation 2 is multiplied by 5. And we will have two new equations. Now we can see that the coefficient of y is the same. And now we can subtract the equations. We can use equation 4 to subtract equation 3. And we can get the value of x, which is 2. And next is to find the value of y. Using equation 1, we substitute the x value into the equation. And we will get y equals to 5. So we can conclude the cost of a pen is $2 and the cost of a notebook is $5. Now we want to look at different cases in solving simultaneous equation using elimination method. The key idea is to identify the same coefficient for the variables. For case 1, we have 3x and 3x. So we can use elimination method using equation 1 and minus equation 2. We can solve this. Now for case 2, whenever we see the difference in signs, plus 2 and minus 2, we use plus instead. For case 3, now again here we see there's negative 2 and negative 2, they are the same. So we use minus instead. We can use 2 minus 1. Usually we use the larger number to minus the smaller number to keep our value positive. For the last one, we have a positive 7 and a negative 7. So for case 4, we use 1 plus 2. Let's look at another example. Johnson and Catherine together own a total of 240 stamps. Catherine's stamp collection is 5 times of Johnson's collection. From these two sentences, we can form two equations. We use x to represent the number of stamps Johnson owns and y to represent the number of stamps Catherine owns. And we can form two equations. X plus y equals to 240, y equals to 5x. For this example, it's easier to use substitution method to solve the equations. We substitute equation 2 into 1 and we can get the value of x is 40. And using x is 40, we can find the value of y, which is 200. Let's use elimination method to solve this equation also. But to use elimination method, we need to modify the equation a little bit. As you can see, the equation 2 is modified to this form so that we can get the form of xy and a number. Xy and a number. Looking at this example, we use 1 plus 2 and we can get the same answer. So in conclusion, Johnson owns 40 stamps and Catherine owns 200 stamps. Lastly, I would like to share with you how do we check answers using the calculator. To check answers using the calculator, you need to have a calculator of at least 570 series and above. Using the same example, for Casio 570MS, please follow this sequence to program your calculator, and then we key in the coefficient of the variables in this form. The equations have to be arranged in the sequence of x, y, and the number, x, y, and the number, and you just have to key in the coefficient one by one. Then you should get the value of x and y. For Casio 570ES and above, the program looks like this. Follow this sequence and you do the same as well. Then you should get the answer for the equations.